Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. This is Dawn from Crafty in Texas, and in today's video I'm going to do something which I love to do, and that's use some scraps. So let's get started. So if you've been watching my channel for a really long time, you already know that I don't like to waste beautiful paper, and every little piece has potential in my opinion. And today's project is a perfect example of that. So today's inspiration comes from the Call Me Crafty Owl and her Sheetload of Cards series. So if you've never seen this series before, that's such a great way to make a lot of cards and one simple layout. This particular one is from July 2026. It uses your 6x6 paper and it'll make a total of 9 cards. Now, since I use scraps, I was able to make a total of 8 cards. So the paper collection that I'm going to be using today is the Echo Park Family 6x6 Mega Pad. I really enjoy this collection because it's filled with warm, everyday patterns that work well for so many different occasions. Now, these are florals and they have a lot of different big florals, small florals, and then some other little things like butterflies and foliage, which I really like to use. I was able to pick up this pad on clearance at a Just Crop event that I was at a couple of weekends ago, and so I really wanted to use it. One thing I always encourage is shopping your own craft room first. Of course, we all have that paper that we've collected that we loved, but sometimes it just sits there waiting for that perfect project. Challenges like this really help me actually use what I already own, and I think that's one of the best parts. So before I even started filming, I've gathered up my Megapad and I went through them looking for what I wanted. I noticed on her template, she has a floral on the bottom and kind of this plaid striped, whatever you call that, on the top. I really liked that. I thought I wanted to do something similar. I just wanted to switch it around. So I went through my paper pad. I chose the colors that I thought looked really good. And then actually what ended up happening is I used the front side and then the back side to go with each other. So I chose 2 stamps. I chose this stamp here, and it had this cute one that says thanks a bunch with a little flower bouquet there. So I used this stamp. Then I also used this stamp, which I absolutely love because I love this butterfly. Normally I stamp this butterfly in black, but I thought this time I would stamp it in a brown because I think it would go nicer and be a more muted color for my cards. Also, one of the favorite things I think I love about doing something like this is it's just so relaxing. There's no pressure to make every card perfect. You're simply just creating what you have, and before you know it, you have an entire finished set of cards, which I really, really like. So I'm going to show you exactly how these cards turned out. So I'll start with them. Remember, they're from the same paper pad, so they all coordinate together. Let me just move this out of the way. So I made 2 of each kind. So this one has a pink pattern on the bottom with the floral on the top. Thanks a bunch. And I did change it up just a little bit. Let me show you how I changed her sketch. So she has her card front on top of a card base that's colored. I used white bases, and then I actually cut a mat, which means I cut these 2 pieces smaller. She also has her pieces where they're butted up against each other and there's no gap in between, but I made a gap in between mine. And then the other change I made was she has her sentiment matted on a piece of cardstock. I actually made a boo-boo and I forgot to put it matted. I actually cut them out. I just forgot to add it. So it is what it is. So I went ahead and finished them, and then I just made a cute little doodle line across the outside of the edge. So here's what these 2 look like. And I think they came out really cute, pretty. I love the colors are almost fall-like a little bit. And then I made 2 with this color scheme here. And each of the little butterflies are colored different with my alcohol inks. It's kind of a muted brown and then a green floral on top. And then here is another set. Of course, all these mats came out of my scrap pile, so I didn't have to use any extra cardstock. And then this was one sheet of 6x6 paper that, of course, I cut to measure, and then I just flipped and used one side and then the other side. And then I made these two. And these have the butterflies on top, so I thought that's another reason why I chose this, so I thought it would really, really go good together. I'm pretty happy with the way that they came out. I really love this template. I think when I first saw it, I thought it perhaps was a little plain, but once I started making the cards and seeing what everybody else made, I was so inspired, and I think they came out so good. So again, if you're not familiar with her, you should definitely go check out her YouTube channel. I'm pretty sure most everybody knows her. She's just amazing. But hopefully this gave you some inspiration for the cards that I was able to make using the template. And I hope that you will go and make some too. And so hopefully if you enjoyed today's project, I'd really appreciate it if you would give the video a thumbs up. It definitely helps my channel. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, because here on Crafty in Texas, we're always finding creative ways to use what we already have and make beautiful handmade projects and hopefully inspire each and every one of you along the way. Thanks so much for spending time with me. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.